like, bro.
She got a kid. Look at his back. Oh my god.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another reaction. Today we're gonna be reacting to 17 Horror Stories animated January compilation 2021.
Yes. We left this channel before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, they got some good animated stories. You know, you see they got a black voice actor.
Oh yeah, it's nice.
That is nice. You know,
But,
everybody's branching out. It's like a thing now. Like like.
Yeah, Indian Velma.
She said, "What?
She's fucking Indian though, bro.
I was talking about like, like ASMR stuff like that. They got like things like with the stories now, like people branching into different things. I don't know about Indian Velmas.
That's what you were talking about.
No,
I ain't watching the show, so I can't say if it's good or bad or not. People saying it's trash. It doesn't matter. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share, man. We appreciate everybody who's coming back to the channel. Go check out our playlist. Because half of the stuff you're asking for us to react to, we already seen. We get over 1,000 videos on YouTube at this point, so. Damn. You know, what's called right now? Damn.
I have always been a huge fan of horror movies. This story is out of that time when the movie Paranormal Activities came to theaters. I went to watch the movie with two of my friends, James and Andy. Needless to say, we were thrilled after watching this movie. We were chilling in James's room. James started to talk about some articles he read online that has claimed haunted houses do exist. I was sitting near his bedroom window and smoking when Andy said, "Chris, give me a drag." I passed the cigarette to him and said, "I have also read such articles. I wish we could visit a haunted house." Andy exhaled smoke out of the window and replied, "Who says you can't?" and started smiling
Look at
with
his
serious
face.
eyes.
So evil.
James said in a surprised voice,
it's like
"What do you mean?" Andy turned to us and said, "There is a house residing near Crystal
Sonic.
Lake. It's a half-an-hour drive from our town. People say that house is haunted." James scratches his head and said, "Oh, you mean the Millard house?" I was clueless about this place completely, so I interrupted their conversation and said, "What house? Who's Millard?" James immediately got up from his bed and switched on his laptop. He surfed a few minutes and then said,
Wow.
"Yes, I was right. I read about this place. This house has a very horrifying history. Years ago, a man named William Millard lived there. He had a beautiful daughter, but that man was very strict and hardly let his daughter go out of the house. One day, he found out that the daughter was having an affair with their mailman. Mr. Millard got so
what's that on his
angry
face?
that he lost his senses and pushed his daughter down the stairs. The daughter broke her back and could never walk like a human. Some say she crawled around the entire house at night like a dog. A week after this incident, passersby called the cops complaining about a rancid smell coming from the house. As the cops entered the house, they discovered Mr. Millard's dead body near the stairs. He fell from the stairs and broke his neck. They found the daughter dead on her bed. I smirked and said, "What is so horrifying about that? The daughter probably took revenge on her father and later killed herself too?" James looked at me with wide eyes and said, "As per the forensic report, the daughter died on 20th March, 1 p.m. in the afternoon on her bed. And Mr. Millard's time of death? Pronounced 20th March, 1 a.m. at night. There was no sign of forced entry into the house. So yeah, people say the daughter's angry spirit killed her father." Andy said, "Want to check out the place? What say?" James and I agreed to him and we decided to go to Crystal Lake that weekend. I took my brother's car and we left one Saturday.
Sonic X.
We wanted to feel the chills, so we chose to go after dark. I will forever regret this decision. Andy was right. It took us 30 to 35 minutes to reach there. The place Crystal Lake was an appropriate name as the lake water was reflecting the entire starry night sky. Luckily, there were two small boats tied to the wooden platform of the lake. The ambiance around us was looking very spooky. Due to the vast open area,
Like, can you imagine going to this place, bro?
the crickets chirping,
Like, would y'all
the hollow
would you go
wind
do this right
passing
now?
by, and the churning water waves in the lake. James locked his car when we got on.
12.
James and I started to paddle the boat while Andy
You really
fixed
get
our
snatched
flashlight.
like that.
When we reached the opposite side of the lake, the house appeared way scarier than it did before. The broken windows were hanging as if they would fall at any moment. Weeds have grown all over the walls of the house. There was no sign of light coming from the house. We stepped on the house porch and pushed the main door. The main door opened with a loud creaking noise, signifying no human being entered here in decades. Andy flashed the light inside, and almost a colony of bats flew overhead, scaring the shit out of us. I said in a tensed voice, "Guys, are you all sure about this?" Andy replied, "Come on now, stop being a kid." James and Andy got inside, and I had to follow them. The entire house was in darkness. The only source of light was our one flashlight and the pale moonlight coming out of the broken window. We realized we are standing in the living room of the house and noticed a huge stairway lying in the middle of the room. James said in a low voice, "This is the stairway from where Mr. Millard fell down and died, breaking his neck." Cobwebs and dust were surrounding all over the house. I even saw a few bats hanging from the ceiling of the house. Andy flashed his light towards the left corner and said in a mocking voice, "Check this out, guys." We saw a painting hanging on the left corner wall. We went there and saw an oil painting featuring an old man with an angry-looking face standing near a fireplace. And just beside him, a girl aged around 17 to 18 years sitting on a chair. "This must be Mr. Miller's daughter," said James. The girl was actually but even in that picture, one could easily tell how extremely sad she was.
That's crazy, though.
It felt like tears will roll down her eyes any minute.
Did you ever do that as a
Said
kid?
in a sarcastic tone,
Yeah, I guess.
"If I had,
You went
I
inside
would have to keep
Band
her
Aid?
away too."
I went inside a few abandoned houses. Yeah, abandoned high school.
Would you do that?
Abandoned high school.
Would you do that now? Like ghost hunting?
Not ghost hunting now. I'm not bringing up, man. I mean, that's how it starts.
It's like I said,
Good.
abandoned high school. I'd have been nervous as hell.
I'm good.
It's like an abandoned
Abandoned
high
high
school.
school.
I've been lucky my whole
What
life.
if you get stuck?
It's
Like
like
the
an
door gets
abandoned
stuck?
hospital, man.
Bum. Smack that ass, nigga. It's over.
Oh my.
Bro, kids be thinking they're strong, bro. I'm like, that's a grown man, bro. It's over.
I definitely remember thinking
Like a grown bum, it's over.
Go bum.
Bro, he's grabbing your ass. He's throwing you like in the closet. He's tying you up and stuff. It's over.
I said, "You should not say things like
Over.
that. Very disrespectful, man. Think about all the torture she has gone through." Andy shrugged his shoulders and replied, "Yeah,
Like
well,"
Rick.
and started to walk towards the staircase. James said, "Where are you going?" He replied, "Let's see the daughter's room. We have come so far not to roam around the house for a while. It's anyways obvious there's no ghost here." James started following him too. I turned around to go with him too, but just then, I felt like I heard a giggling sound. I stopped and said, "Guys, did you hear that?" James said, "Hear what, Chris?"
I would have
Before
told
I
him
could
I'm
tell
out.
what I just experienced, I heard Andy say from upstairs,
Crazy, man.
"Come on now, enough with your girly tantrums. What's wrong?" James replied while turning the doorknob.
No, how old that
"I
house
think the
is?
door's jammed. It's not opening." Andy told, "Hold the light. Let me try." Andy tried really hard but couldn't open the door. We were standing there in front of the closed door and thinking about what to do next just when we heard a giggling sound. Everyone got shocked by the sudden sound. I said in a panicked voice, "James, I've heard this sound downstairs. I think we
That's
should
fucking
leave
me up. I
now.
am gonna
We had
fucking
enough,
leave.
guys." Andy
Wait, what?
flashed the light all over,
It's a mushroom.
but we couldn't see anyone. Then he said in a curious voice,
That's what's going
"Maybe the sound is coming from this room." I don't know if you will believe me or not, but suddenly, the doorknob clicked on its own and the door opened. We immediately looked at the room. It was an old, dusty room. There was a small, torn-out, dirty bed lying in the middle. The pale moonlight coming from the window made the room quite visible to our eyes. We were about to step into the room when we heard the giggling sound again. It was the sound of subdued laughter of a female voice. The hair at the back of my neck stood up. I said in a whispering voice, "Guys, let's go." Suddenly, James pointed out on the side of the bed facing the window and said in a scared voice, "What? What is that, Andy?" I felt as if a dog-like creature was sitting near the window, but it was too dark for us to see things clearly. Andy pointed the flashlight into that direction, and our blood turned cold.
Oh my god.
There was a girl on the ground near the window. She was standing like a frog.
What
She
about
was
the pussy?
facing the ground. For a moment,
You said
none of us
what?
could utter a single word.
That
It was as if all of our hearts stopped.
I knew that's what she said.
And we can't move.
Oh my
anymore.
god, I couldn't
The
imagine.
girl lifted her face, and the flashlight started to flicker.
That's wild.
We couldn't see her face clearly due to
That's
the
her
flicker.
hair, bro.
But then, the light kept switching on and off for no reason. And with every flash of light, we could see the girl's vicious face with changing
Oh my
expression.
God.
With the first flash, we saw her sad face. With the second flash,
Wait a minute,
we saw a
after the
huge
first
tear
face,
tear
I'd have
smile on
left.
her face. With the third flash, we saw her expressionless face
Crazy to
with
hug
wide,
for
wide
real.
eyes as if she can see through us.
Not for me.
We were so shocked that we almost forgot to run. Just then, the girl made the same spine-chilling giggle and started to crawl towards us vigorously like a hungry demon. We all finally got our senses back and started to run for our lives. James and I were in front, and Andy was running behind us.
Like
James kept
anything.
saying, "Run, run!" Andy was screaming like a 10-year-old saying, "Don't leave me here! Please! She is behind me!" We reached the main door and turned around for Andy. We saw Andy was almost halfway on the stairs, and the girl was crawling behind him, following him like an animal. Somehow, we all managed to get out of the house and jumped on the boat. Andy dropped the flashlight on the lake in a field of fear.
Yes, man.
James and I started paddling
I don't
like
know, but you
maniacs.
had to.
Andy was sitting on the boat, facing his back at the house. He got
Music
so
speeding
freaked
up.
out that he kept saying, "I can still hear her evil laughter. Paddle faster, faster." James and I realized that he has gone into shock, because as far as our eyes went, there was no one in front of the house. James said in a low, panting voice, "Maybe she can't leave the house." I didn't say anything, just kept paddling.
You
I
like
still don't
that.
know how we managed to
Something
return
like
home that
Jason
night.
movie. Just
But ever since this incident, news about any haunted place makes me sweat.
Joe Swanson? Peter. Crazy.
Oh man, that's ridiculous. Man. That's why you don't need to be going out to the same.
Abandoned houses and stuff. Yeah, man.
Imagine going to like an abandoned house in Tokyo, nigga.
Nah,
No.
definitely not.
That shit crazy.
Like in the forest?
Black hair, just I'm good.
No. That's just unneeded.
Yeah, man. But
There be whole ghosts. I remember that video, bro? That look real, bro.
yeah,
That look,
I'm good, bro.
that look real.
I'd rather be homeless, you know what I mean? Hit that like button, subscribe and share, man. Road to 10K. Appreciate everybody who's coming to the channel. You know, go check out our other channels, LD Gaming, 412 Show. We'll see you next time, guys.
Da da da